Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new series of Arthenex Plays Rimworld. So Alpha 15 is out, I'm looking forward to playing it, I'm super excited. I've given a lot of thought to what kind of what kind of choices I'm going to make for this playthrough, and direction we're going to take it. But before I get into that, I want to make a couple of pledges just on a more general note. First of all, after doing a lot of post-production work in the last Rimworld series, I've decided that I'm going to bring the timer back and we are going to limit this to half-hour episodes. So when the timer goes off, I'm going to stop, no matter where I am. So hopefully that will make things a little bit more predictable on my end and on your end, and I won't have to do so much splicing in post-production. So that's the first thing. Second thing is I'm going to make a better effort to explain my thinking about what's going on in the game, and we'll see if we can get a little bit more storytelling going on as well. Rimworld is, supposed to have an emergent story gameplay, and I kind of have a tendency to get caught up in the strategy and city building aspects of it and kind of miss out on that. So we're going to make more of an effort to notice and play up to those things as they happen. So we're going to start a new colony. As you can see, I've messed around a little bit with the custom scenarios. And I've decided for this playthrough, we're going to do a tribal playthrough that has a couple of effects. First of all, it means that technology is going to be really slow. I will say that I don't really feel like, the game doesn't really, Rimworld as a tribal start doesn't exactly have a tribal feel. Like, the whole game is still available to you as a Lost Tribe. You're still going to be able to build gun turrets and, high-tech research benches and comms consoles and everything. So it still feels like Rimworld. It doesn't really feel like, you're playing a Lost Tribe. However, it does kind of feel more authentic. Like, I don't know about you, but if you dropped me on a random planet, I would have no idea how to build a solar panel from steel and components. Are you kidding me? I would have a hard enough time getting steel, let alone building a solar panel out of it. So, but I could see maybe if I spent a lot of time researching, I might be able to figure out how to build like a wind turbine, maybe, and a battery, maybe. I have a basic understanding of how those things work. So, that part of it kind of feels a little bit more authentic. But the upshot is that we're not going to have technology for a very long time. It also means that we're not going to be able to recruit people. In the tribal start here, you can see that they give you 5 people, and it's a good thing that they do, because the only people that you can recruit are other tribes people. That means, like, escape pods are useless. You can't recruit them. Same thing for pirate attacks. If you get attacked by tribes people, then sometimes you can recruit them, but that happens pretty infrequently. So you can't count on getting very many more people when you start as a Lost Tribe. So that means your first 5 people better be pretty good. So we're going to spend some time on that. So anyway, we're going to do the tribal start. We'll continue on with Extreme, which brings us to the world. So I'm going to bump up the size of the world a little bit. So after playing through Rimworld for a while, I've decided that the one thing that I can't stand about the game are the infestations. They just drive me crazy. They're so hard to deal with. So I've decided we're not going to have any infestations in this game. Now, how am I going to do that? Well, I could have turned them off, but I didn't. Instead, we're just not going to dig. We are not going to dig. So our seed's going to be bug-free. We are just not going to dig into the ground. So we'll generate our bug-free world here. And so if we're not going to dig, we're going to choose flat terrain, which means that since we're going to do flat terrain, we're going to be a tribal start. I'm going to need to choose someplace that has wood. So because otherwise I'd just be driving myself nuts. So we did super cold last time with the tundra. This time I was thinking, let's go super hot. Super hot biome that has wood, jungle. So we're going to start in the jungle. We got a couple of places with jungle on this map. And we're going to look for one. Since we're going flatland, it'd be fun to have a coastline. So I haven't had a coastline that often. Wow, this is hot. Look at that. Average temperature 89.9 degrees Fahrenheit. Ah! I would just die. Man, a heat wave here is going to be like up to 150 Fahrenheit. That's going to be just crazy hot. We're going to desperately need better clothing if we're going to survive here. Let's see, that's sandstone and granite. I'd kind of like to have, if I could get one that had marble and granite, that would be ideal. Here we go. Marble, limestone, and granite. Perfect. And average temperature 88.8 degrees. It has a western coastline. Growing period year round. That is an advantage. Man, that is hot. All right, so I'm going to bump up the size of the starting world, the map, just a little bit. Hopefully it won't affect performance too much. We're going to select this landing site, and we are going to pick our crew. So I'm going to be a little bit picky. I'm not going to accept any negative mood characters because we're going to have a hard enough time as it is. So this person is a super crafter who's too smart, which is not good. Increases your mental break threshold pretty significantly. Incapable of social. You're good, but you're not amazing. I'm going to re-roll you. No volatile. Definitely not. No neurotic. Optimist. That's good. Super crafter. Super animals. You're a melee guy. Melee guys are not terrible. Although they do have a tendency to get hurt, especially as a tribal star. You could cook in a pinch. You could medicine in a pinch. You're 58, but you have no injuries. Yeah, we might be able to work with you. You're a frostophobe, which is not good, but not terrible. And I do like the optimist. All right, optimist is worth a lot. We'll keep you for now. If we get a better melee person, though, we might have to replace you. We have Val. Val's one of those hard-coded characters. He shows up all the time. He's incapable of dumb labor. This particular incarnation is a pessimist, so we're not going to keep him. Creepy breathing, ugly. Wow, no wonder you were a recluse. That's pretty bad. You're super. No wonder you probably like animals better than you like people because people just can't stand to be around you. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to keep you. Asthma. Can't really fight. No, I don't like that. Can't fight at all. Too smart. Psychically sensitive. No. Hard worker. Let's see. Careful shooter. That's a good trait. You are good. You're a good fighter. Wow, you're really good at medicine. That's really good. You're also really good at growing. You don't have any positive mood traits, but it doesn't matter. This is a good character. We're definitely keeping elephant. All right, what about you? Too smart. Can't shoot. Don't really have a lot of, no. Steadfast brawler. This would be our second melee character. Can he do anything besides brawl? Well, no. Not really. I do like the steadfast. Definitely more than makes up for the greedy. But you just can't do anything. If you had a passion for, say, research, I could definitely, or crafting, even at a 4, I could keep you if you had a passion for one of those. But you just can't do anything, so no. Volatile, definitely not. Brawler, green thumb. Incapable of social. You, on the other hand, can do just about everything. Especially crafting. I like that. Yeah, so I think we can keep you. Although you're our second melee character now. Melee hit chance times 175%. That's really good. Yeah. And you can also doctor pretty well. You're a great cook. You're probably going to wind up being a full-time cook. Yeah, almost certainly. Which means you're not going to craft. Well, we'll see. We'll see what else we have. All right, you can't fight. You're depressive. Definitely not. no. Let's see. Lazy, can't fight. Pessimist, no. Greedy, neurotic, bad combination. Niece, interesting, no. Pyromaniac, no, that's on the list of traits that I won't accept. Hard worker, sensitive, annoying voice. You can fight. You can do animals. If I take you, then I could potentially reroll you. We'll have pretty much everything that you can do covered. And you can research. Can't medicine. Do we have a social person? We don't have a social person. You're an optimist. You're hard worker, annoying voice, psychically sensitive. Optimist frostophobe is probably better, although I do like the fact that you can fight. So maybe I will take you over her because you can shoot and she really can't. That counts for a lot. Alright, let's see what we roll up here. Excuse me. My first instinct was to say no, and I think I'm going to stick with it, although I do like the construction. We're going to need somebody who can build. Because right now we have nobody who can build, and we're going to need a lot of construction. I'd like to actually have 2 people who can build, but not with that character. Slowpoke, Night Owl. No. Oh, Slothful is pretty bad, but oh, you have a fiance. That makes you much better. Elephant. We're definitely going to keep. All right, I think we're going to have to keep him. I mean, not that it's terrible that we have to keep him. He's got great social, which we need. Decent construction, and he can fight. Yeah. I'd still like to have one person who's really good at construction, and we have nobody. So, even though he's slothful, at least he's steadfast. Yeah, and fiance makes up for a lot. So even though you're an optimist, I think I'm going to have to reroll you. Yeah. So you're going to be research, I guess? You can't haul. You're going to be social, mining, construction, crafting, or research. I don't want to have a slothful person on research. So that means that you are going to do the research. Not you. You're going to craft. You're going to research. So what are you going to do? Mine and build, I guess. It's unfortunate because you can't haul. We have a grower. Yeah, you can do growing. And you can do growing. You have 2 growers. Alright, I guess you're going to be a constructor. So maybe we should just keep her then. Although, I really only need one person who can't shoot. Now I'm going to re-roll her. I think we can do better than her. I don't like that. Too dangerous. Definitely not. Interesting. No, I'm gonna pass. Oh, now you can construct. Yeah, I kind of like you. And shoot. Craft in a pinch. You can't medicine, that's fine. But you can fight and you can build. And you can haul. You're hired. Alright. So we got one relationship. We got pretty good set of fighters. One brawler. And yeah, not a lot of positive mood people. Just the one steadfast guy who's also happens to be slothful. So that could be an issue, but no negative mood traits anyway. All right, let's get this started. So let's see what we kind of get for our map here. Ideal location would have a marsh that we can use for defense, some rich soil, and it'd be nice to have some walls, like a hill to use for walls. But we'll see. The gods were very angry. The blood machines came at night. They swept through your village, cutting and burning your people with their blades and devil fire. Only a few of you escaped. Now, after a harrowing journey on foot with no close friends to turn to, you must build a new home in the wilderness like your ancestors did. Alright, so we'll pause, and we'll see if we can find a good spot. We got some pretty decent marshes here. Can I turn down the ambient sound anymore? A little annoying. Alright, that's better. Okay, so I want a marsh that's near some rich soil, first of all. So here's some rich soil that's near a marsh. It's way at the bottom of the map, though. I mean, we could still go for it. Let's see if there's another spot. This is a huge marsh. Bigger than we really need. Oh, and this is rich soil right next to it. We might be able to use that. What else do we got? Here's another marsh over here. See any rich soil nearby, though. There's a smaller marsh here. One here. There's another big one way up here. Where did we start? We started here. Okay. I guess that's not too far away. Not like we have a lot of stuff at the beginning of the game. I don't see any rich soil anywhere near it. So kind of have a natural encirclement here. Hills. You can build around like this. Then, I don't know. Let's see. There's marshy soil in here. The problem is that the rich soil is to the south of the marsh, which means we need to build our base down here, because we couldn't use this very well. There's like a soil overlay, so I could see the rich soil in the marsh, like, without all the vegetation. Is there a way I can do that? Doesn't look like it. Well, there's this patch of rich soil over here. This is all marshy soil, which is not great. But you can build on it. At least I think you can. Probably easiest to see. If I was to do something like this. There's a little bit of unbuildable terrain there, but not much. Well, that might work. We'd have to enclose most of that marsh, but let's see. But it would be quite good for defensive purposes. We need to go south anyway, because the rich soil is all down here. Problem is that it's rich soil, which is 140% fertility, interspersed with marshy soil, which is 70%. There is enough rich soil here to get quite a few grow zones, though. And there's more rich soil over here. It's pretty far away from our starting position. It's also pretty close to this, but at least the hills are between me and the boundary zone. Where's the boundary zone exactly? Okay, right there. I mean, I'd probably wind up walling off like this section down here. I don't see a better spot. The only other option is down here, and that seems worse to me. I just don't see any other rich soil. Poor soil. Of course, lots of regular soil. Aside from down here and over here, this is pretty much it. All right, I think we can make that work. Yeah, I think we can make that work. All right, so where do we want to build our initial stockpile? Thinking maybe a long way away. Maybe we can use this as part of our initial building. So I want to make sure it's easily expandable. So what if we did... We did something like that for our initial stockpile. And there's some rich soil. Kind of an awkward shape. There's some rich soil right out in front of it. Alright. Trees. Clear these bushes. We'll make this a stockpile zone. And we're going to need a doorway. We can expand this. Where? We're going to farm here. It's going to be hard to expand there. Probably are going to farm there at least a little bit. No rich soil down here. We could expand it down this way. Or we could expand it. We can dig a little bit. So it'll be a while before we get into overhead mountain, and these hills are small enough they might not even have overhead mountain. We can't expand it that much. Probably not going to grow anything down here. Yeah, we'll put it here. We'll plan on expanding it this way. And we'll dig as much of this hill out as we can. And then down here, we will build our first bedrooms. I'm going to have to make the bedrooms a little bit smaller in this playthrough. So, actually I'm going to want to do something like 6. Something like that for our first 2 bedrooms. We'll save that for warehouse expansion. And a couple of doors. And I need to clear these trees. So we'll start with 2 bedrooms, I think. And we're eventually going to need 4. But somebody can sleep in the stockpile. And then we'll have 2. We'll have 1 bedroom for the 2 with the relationship. And then 2 people can sleep in the other bedroom until we get this set up. So let's go ahead and put a double bed in this bedroom for now. And 2 single beds in this one. And a single bed in here. And then we'll need some animal sleeping spots. Animals do we have? What do we have? Animals. We started with a cat, a Yorkshire Terrier, and a Labrador Retriever. So 2 useless animals and 1 awesome one. And who are you bonded to? Xerxes. You are bonded to elephant. Who's going to be our elephant? What's your animal handling skill? 5. Alright, well, somebody else is going to be doing the training. Probably you. But at least somebody else can. So I'm going to assign you. I won't have you start training yet. Which means that I can't assign you a master until you're finished training. Oh well. All right, so this stockpile is going to have pretty much just the vanilla requirements, except we're not going to allow rotten. And we're not going to allow human corpses. But we are going to allow mechanoid corpses. Alright. And that's my timer. So I swore I would stop the first episode, the H episode, when the timer went off. So it just went off. So even though we haven't unpaused the game yet, I'm going to wrap up the first episode here. Hopefully you can see where I'm going. We're going to have our base down here. We're probably going to build it. This is probably going to be the bottom wall of our base. We'll just continue this out like that. And then the top wall of our base will be up here somewhere, and we'll build a wall around. We'll fence in this area, and this will be our base. Anyway, hopefully if you enjoyed the first episode, since this is the first episode in a new series, I would appreciate it if you did enjoy it, that you would like the video, as it helps let me know what videos people like and want to see more of, and also helps promote the channel. So I will see you guys in episode number 2, hopefully. Until then, have a terrific day.